as you know by now, this channel does show some interesting things at home. But today we're actually going to take a field trip and we're going to go to Dr. Rice's office. And you may have realized that I've been dealing with this chickenpox scar in the center of my forehead for quite some time. And I actually went to him to look at subcision, where they cut the fibers underneath the scar that are tying it down and causing that pock mark. He looked at it and he thought, well, number one, we probably need some Botox in there to help, because the way I like squint is making the line of the scar deeper. And so then we're going to do subcision afterwards. He was familiar with my channel and was excited to partner up and videotape today me getting the Botox. And actually, it's not Botox we're getting today. It is Jeuveau, and Jeuveau is totally new. It just came on the market, and it's supposedly supposed to be a little bit less expensive than Botox and last a little bit longer. We will see. It's brand new, so this will definitely be a test, and I'm one of the first people to get it, which is super exciting. And I just feel so lucky to have a doctor's office so close to me that understands my love and passion for skincare and DIY projects at home with it, but then also wants to be an aid to me when we're doing things that I want to have done in a doctor's office. Anyways, it's going to be a great experience, and I think you guys are going to love it. We have some ideas about doing some fun things this fall, and they have lasers. They just have everything in there because he is a facial plastic surgeon. We are going to go on this field trip. We are going to get some Jeuveau, and you're going to meet Dr. Rice. Hey guys, okay, so I'm here with Dr. Rice today, and he is going to be doing some treatments for me. And I've been concerned about my chickenpox scar, as most of you know, and so I've come to see him today.
Thanks for having me included in your program.
So what do you think about my chickenpox scar, and what should we do?
A chickenpox scar is usually a full thickness scar, which means it goes all the way through the skin. That's why it's making a dent. So you have to do something to get that scar that's holding it down released. Now, in this particular location, I think that adding some muscle relaxing medicine is going to make a big difference. So specifically, Botox, Dysport, or Jeuveau.
Right.
Now, Jeuveau is the newest botulinum toxin. Botulinum is what's made by a bacteria that relaxes the muscle. Now, of course, if you get the infection, that's botulism, and it can relax your heart muscle, which is kind of serious. But when we put it right specifically in this area, it's going to keep the skin from folding, because if you look when you furrow like that, it's right on line with your chickenpox scar.
Right. Well, and I'm excited
Relaxing
because
it's going to work.
Jeuveau is brand new, right? It just came out like a week ago?
It did. Jeuveau, Evolus is the name of the company. The product has been FDA approved since February, but they kind of had to get themselves ramped up. And so their introduction and availability of the product was just a week and a half ago. Yeah, and it's great. I think they're doing a marvelous job of letting people know that there is now a viable competitor to Botox. Botox has needed a competitor. Just from a price standpoint, I think it's going to be an advantage for patients.
So is Jeuveau a little bit less expensive than Botox?
Going to be a little less expensive. It's always been disappointing when these products come out because they're not a whole lot less expensive. I think there's a certain amount of expense to make such a product, bring it to market, get it FDA approved, et cetera. So it's not like it's going to be half, but I expect it to be a little less expensive. And the elevator pitch, so to speak, is that it's going to be as good and maybe a little bit better. Some of their studies show maybe a little bit longer lasting. They can't claim that because they weren't trying to prove that, but that was the trend.
And I know another thing that I wanted to ask you, because I think I was under this impression that because I was microneedling, I didn't want to spend money on Botox relaxing my muscle because I was afraid I was going to like mess it up. But you're saying I can Botox and microneedle.
Yes, I think those are different approaches to improve skin texture, tone, quality, and those types of things.
But the needling doesn't affect the Botox in the muscle.
It doesn't. Microneedling is into the skin. It's poking a microscopic hole in the skin because that makes a tiny little wound, and that triggers a cascade of healing events. That's why we do it. Putting platelet-rich plasma on there. Did you do it with PRP? I don't remember.
Not yet.
No,
not
okay.
Yet.
Well, that can kind of supercharge it. But doing those little micro holes, micro injuries, so to speak, helps the surface. And then doing Botox is actually in the muscle, which is beneath the skin. So in this particular case, I think doing Jeuveau in the muscle will relax the muscle, and it should make that chickenpox scar less visible. It sits right in your crease. So
perfect.
I think it'll make a nice difference.
Well, great. I'm excited to do this.
So good.
Let's
go do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so I just moved into the treatment room, and I'm in that big, comfy chair, and we're going to Jeuveau my forehead.
All right. Just got a hair out of the way.
A lot of that.
So, yeah, that's good. So this is just a little alcohol. We're going to unfortunately do a number on any makeup that you might have on there. Sorry about that. The muscle, you can see where it kind of dimples the skin there. It goes from the skin right there at the dimple down to the bone at the base of your nose.
Okay.
Go ahead and relax. So the muscle is from here to here and from there to there. So what we want to do is put the injections right in the middle of the muscle because that's where it will work the best.
Perfect.
So she's going to use a little vibrating device just to distract you. We put some ice on there. Go ahead and furrow nice and firm and then relax. And here comes the first one. That in just a little bit.
That's awesome. I love that shaky device.
Yeah, that helps, doesn't it?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I can take a lot anyways, but yeah.
Just distraction.
It's
enough to make
awesome.
it easy.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. You got a couple little poke marks. And then Jeuveau is just like Botox, where you won't see much today. Maybe start to see a little hesitancy tomorrow when you try to furrow. And then you should see more and more and more relaxation until about day 7 to 10. So what we want to do in this area, especially when we're trying to help soften a scar, is we want to get maximum effect and maximum duration. So we dose it a little bit higher for those purposes.
Sounds good to me.
Okay?
Thank you so
Good.
much, Dr.
You're
Rice. It
welcome.
was
Sure.
such nice
Sure.
time with you today.
Good, yes. Thank you for coming in. And
All right, you guys, so it's been almost a week since I had the Jeuveau put into my face, and I can still make this face. It hasn't fully activated yet, obviously. And when I was looking on Evolus's website, who is the maker of Jeuveau, they did a study of people 30 days out, and that's when they showed actual results on it. Now, I think it will take effect before 30 days. With Botox, I've noticed that usually around a week to 10 days, I'm fully non-actionable. I think that with Jeuveau, it will be very similar. And right now, I think I'm getting into that sweet spot. I'm going to start noticing it more taking effect. But I just wanted to keep you guys abreast of this because with a new product, I want you going in feeling like, okay, I understand, like this probably won't, show maximum results until 12 or 14 days. And that way, if you have something that you really want to be frozen for, you can plan it back, and calendar it correctly. All right, so we're on day 11 and my lines still have great control there. So we are going back in and we are going to get a little bit of a touch up and see if we can get those things to relax. We agree that this is too much action. You're fine, you don't have to do topical.
Yeah, he likes topical for his clients.
so Jeuveau has been on the market now for about 3 weeks, and we've done a number of patients with it. We've had some good responses, and we've had some not quite as good responses, and so we're kind of working out how it differs from other neuromodulators, how it fits in there. So with Kim, we gave her, do you remember how many
Yeah,
units?
we had 24 units last time.
24 units. Did I just treat your glabella only?
Yes.
I forgot. I thought
Yes,
you treated your crow's feet as well.
Nope, we didn't do any curves.
Okay. So we're going to just add an additional 20 units because I think her response was less than ideal. I have Jeuveau in my own face, and it wasn't as good on me as other neuromodulators were as well. So we're going to just see if we can get where we want to go is the bottom line. Jeuveau is supposed to be equivalent, so maybe there's just some issues with we're working out the kinks and the bugs, but hopefully we get there and get a good response. But what I'm going to do is I really want to try to soften this particular area only. In other words, I want to make sure that we get a good response there, so I'm going to focus my injections.
And then we'll also be able to judge what it really takes for me in that
exactly what the
section.
dose is.
right, so I just got back from Dr. Rice's office and we did some more. We did actually 20 more units. So the first time I went in 11 days ago, I got 24 units right here. And then today we did another 20 units of Jeuveau. And you can see that I can still make faces. So it'll be interesting to see how much this relaxes in the next 7 days. I would like to be able to show you guys that after 44 units in the center of my forehead, we can get it, you know, not so actionable, but who knows? It's a new drug, so it's interesting to be one of the first people to test it and see what's going on because it's going to affect everyone differently. Even Botox affects everyone differently. So for me, maybe Jeuveau just takes longer to react, or I just need more. Who knows? But this has been a really good test so far, and we'll just continue to do checkups and see what happens. Basically, 3 days after having another 20, it looks like it is taking more effect. So I'm hopeful that in a week, we'll see it completely flatten out, and I can't do that. So far at day 15, we're almost completely relaxed. Okay, you guys, here is day 17 check-in on the Jeuveau and how my forehead has been reacting. I can barely crease it in the center. I actually think it will continue to smooth out. So it's been 21 days since I had my first dose of Jeuveau, and it's been 10 days since I've had the second dose of Jeuveau. So we know that we now have 44 units of Jeuveau in my center forehead, and this is basically what I'm at 21 days. So I would say it is a massive improvement from what I was doing, and I think it will continue to improve. I just think that this was a good experiment with Jeuveau to try it out, to see how it's working. I think it's going to work differently on everyone. And I think some people are going to have really fast results with it. Others might take longer like me or even take more units. But if you see it being offered at your doctor's office, you should try it out. I mean, there's no loss in it. You might as well try it out. Your doctor is going to take care of you. So if you need more, you'll just go in for a touch-up. And I think you might as well see what the options are out there, because the more we allow other brands to do well in this market of botulism, I guess, relaxers, the better the pricing is going to get, right? Because if Jeuveau becomes a true competitor of Botox, then that means Botox will have to bring their costs down too, and it'll just make a more fair marketplace. So if you see it and you're going in and your doctor now has it, you might as well try it out and see what you think. It's supposed to be a few dollars cheaper per unit, and it'd be interesting. I'm excited to see if any of you guys have tried it out yet, or if you're planning on it, and to get your feedback and see if you had similar results to me or if you responded faster. It'll just be a really great case study to just see how this product is working in everybody. And if you live near me, in the greater Sacramento area, I live in El Dorado Hills, and Dr. Rice's office, who did my Jeuveau, is in El Dorado Hills, and it's the Aesthetic Center. I'll link it all below, but it's a great place. It's a really beautiful office, and they do so much in there. He's a facial plastic surgeon, and he offers so many things, including obviously Botox and Jeuveau and fillers and lasers and body contouring and just so many things. So you should definitely check him out if you're close by and look at his website and see all the things that he offers, and go get a consultation. There's nothing wrong with talking to him and seeing what your options are. So I hope this expose on Jeuveau gives you some more insight, and I'll see you guys soon.